Welcome back. In part 1, I uncovered the sneaky reason why people buy. Things like the halo effect, the recency effect, and the middle bias. So today I'm going to dive deeper into the moment of decision, because it's one thing to get people curious and it's another to get them to confidently say yes. If you are serious about turning interest into action, then hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this sales psychology series. Let's jump in. The first one is what I call the mirror test. Have you ever walked into someone else's home and felt like, wow, I feel right at home here? That's because you saw little hints of yourself. Maybe the same style, similar photos, or a book that you have read. In sales, the brain buys faster when it recognizes itself in you. So try and reflect the words of your audience. What type of words are your audience using? What are their struggles and dreams? So what you're trying to do is, in this case, what you are simply doing is you're taking the words that your audience use, the phrases that they use, the struggles that they talk about, and the dreams that they say that they have, and you put that in your marketing. You're using the language that they understand and the way they describe these struggles and the dreams, the hopes that they have. You use their own words and market back to them using the words that they are familiar with. Not copy and paste. I'm talking about using words that they are familiar with, and they actually get to a point whereby they'll say, she gets me, or he gets me. So what you're simply doing is you are mirroring their reality back to them. Because the honest truth is, when people feel understood, they stop shopping around. Number 2, the second one is what I call the movie scene method. Facts tell, but moments, they sell. I'm going to say that again. Facts tell, but moments sell. If you are a fitness coach, instead of saying I help busy moms lose weight, what you can do is tell your audience, tell your ideal client about that exact moment she's hiding in the pantry, eating a cookie before the kids find her. Do you see what we're trying to do? We're trying to make sure that your prospect, your ideal client, sees themselves in a scene. So you've taken yourself out of the scene. You're no longer leading with the words that this is what I do. I help busy moms lose weight. You are leading with a scene, and in that scene is your ideal client. So what happens next is they emotionally step into your offer. To them, or to your ideal client, it will be like watching a trailer and thinking, oh, I need to see how this ends. That's when they lean in. Number 3, the yes ladder. So here's a myth that people often believe or say, that big yeses happen in one giant leap. The truth is they happen in small steps. It's like climbing a ladder. You say yes to the first round, then the second, until you are at the top without realizing it. So in business, that actually requires you to get small commitments like, yes, that makes sense. Yes, I want to learn more about what you've just shared with me before asking for the sale. People are more likely to say yes at the end if they have said yes along the way. You see, this is where I was talking about the small commitments. So as you are speaking to your prospect, they are agreeing with you. They are saying yes to whatever it is that you are sharing with them before they actually get to the top of the ladder and say, yes, I'm ready to buy. Number 4, this is what I call the choice illusion. Have you ever taken a child to an ice cream shop and instead of asking, do you want ice cream? You ask them, do you want vanilla or chocolate? That's the choice illusion. So what you are doing in this case, you are simply framing your offer so the decision isn't about whether they should buy from you or not. It's like you're just framing it in a way that they have to make a choice. Do you want vanilla or you want chocolate? So this is how they'll buy. So instead of saying something like, do you want my coaching program? You need to say something like, do you want my self-paced version or you want the VIP version? Do you want the version where you get to learn through watching videos, or do you want the version where I actually work with you one-to-one? You see, you're giving them two choices to choose from. Either way, they are choosing yes. Number 5, the silent close. So here's a tricky one. Sometimes the most powerful close is silence. Sounds crazy, right? When you've presented your offer, you've spoken to your potential client, your ideal client, you've presented your offer, you've presented what you are selling to them, try and resist the urge to try and explain yourself too much, over-explaining or trying to sweeten the deal. Make your offer, present your offer, and then you keep quiet. And then give them an opportunity to be able to process what you have just presented to them. So that is what we call the buyer process. What you are doing, you're giving them time to process. You need to remember that there are different types of buyers. There are people who buy simultaneously without thinking, and then they'll regret after, in some cases. And then there are people who need time to really think over and ponder and process what you have just shared with them, right? So you need to know what type of buyer you're dealing with. So that's why you're better off just present your offer, and then you zip up, you give them time to process. It's literally like just planting a seed. You have planted a seed. You don't keep digging to see if it has started growing. You need to allow the process to play out. Don't try and help the process by trying to dig out the seed to see if it has started germinating. Give them space, especially if you are offering a high-ticket offer. You need to give them space to process, and you'll be surprised how they will talk themselves into it. So there you have it. 5 psychology-backed ways to turn curiosity into a yes. So if this was helpful, go ahead and smash the like button. It tells YouTube that you want to see more videos like this. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you are the first to know when I upload the next video in this series. Because next week we are diving into the emotional triggers that make your audience buy without hesitation. And if you've missed part 1, it's linked right here. So start here so you can get the full picture. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and do take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.